Welcome, listener. Tonight's story takes us through the paranormal and to the realm of extraterrestrials. On October 11th, 1973, two shipyard workers walked into the Jackson County Sheriff's Office in Mississippi and reported that they had just been taken aboard a craft by three non-human beings along the Pascagoula River. They gave their statements separately, the details closely aligned, leaving more questions than answers. This is the story of the Pascagoula Abduction. Let's begin. Charles Hickson was 42 years old, a supervisor at the Ingalls shipyard. Calvin Parker was 19, newly employed and described by those who knew him as quiet and reserved. After finishing their shift that evening, they drove to a stretch of the Pascagoula River they had fished before. It was around 9 o'clock when the encounter began. Both men later said they heard a metallic sound behind them. Hickson described it as steady and mechanical, close enough that it felt present rather than distant. When they turned toward it, they saw a glowing object hovering a short distance away. Hickson estimated it stood 8 to 10 feet tall, like a metallic oval in the sky. Its surface gave off a soft, even light. It remained suspended above the ground without drifting. An opening formed along its side. Three figures stepped out. Hickson described them as roughly 5 feet tall, with grey, textured skin, their heads narrowed toward the top. He struggled to describe their facial features clearly, recalling only dark impressions where eyes might have been. Their arms extended slightly outward, ending in claw-like shapes that did not resemble human hands. They moved toward the men in a slow, deliberate manner. Parker later said he felt an immediate loss of control over his body. He tried to step back and could not. He described the sensation as being held in place without visible restraint. Fear overwhelmed him quickly, and his memory of the encounter fades at that point. He said he regained awareness on the riverbank after it was over. Hickson claimed he remained conscious. He said one of the figures approached and that he felt himself lifted smoothly from the ground. He did not describe being grabbed in the traditional sense. Instead, he felt guided upward and carried into the craft through the opening. Inside, he found himself in a brightly lit space with curved, seamless walls. There were no visible seats or controls. The interior appeared sparse and functional. A separate device moved toward him from within the craft. He later referred to it as a mechanical eye. It hovered in front of him before traveling slowly down the length of his body. He believed it was examining him. He said he could not move or interfere with what was happening. He described the experience as deeply unsettling, but not physically painful. More like being carefully analyzed and studied by something that regarded him with detached precision. After several minutes, he was escorted back outside. Parker stood nearby, shaken and disoriented. The object rose into the air and disappeared into the night sky. The entire encounter, according to Hickson, lasted around 20 minutes. They drove directly to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Deputies separated the men and took formal statements. The accounts were detailed and consistent. Investigators later left Hickson and Parker alone in an interview room, where a recorder had been hidden without their knowledge. On the recording, Parker's breathing is uneven. He speaks about the fear of it happening again. Hickson responds quietly, attempting to calm him. The tone of the exchange is subdued and strained. The sheriff later acknowledged that the tape gave him pause and discomfort. The following day, investigators examined the riverbank. They found no clear physical evidence supporting the account. The ground and surrounding area showed nothing that could definitively confirm what the men described. News of the encounter spread quickly. The early 1970s saw a surge of UFO reports across the United States, and the Pascagoula case became part of that wider conversation. Skeptics questioned the story. Others pointed to the immediate report to law enforcement and the hidden recording as reasons to take it seriously. Hickson continued to stand by his account for the remainder of his life. Parker withdrew from public attention for many years before later speaking again about the fear that stayed with him long after that night. The case remains unresolved. What remains is their report. A hovering craft along the Pascagoula River, 3 figures stepping out into the night, an examination inside a silent interior, and a hidden recording that captured the fear afterward. So what do you think? Were Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker telling the truth about what they experienced that night? Or was it something else entirely? A misunderstanding, a fabrication, or something neither of them could fully explain? What do you believe really happened along that riverbank in 1973? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy spooky tales like this one and would like us to make more, please like and subscribe so we know that you do. Until next time. Stay spooky.